Hello team, welcome back to Bonneyville, welcome back to Transport Fever 2, welcome back to the PlayStation 5, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for joining me, and if you are joining me, please hit that like button, and if you're hitting that like button, you may as well subscribe. And if you're a subscriber, why don't you check out membership? You never know, you might like it. Right, so here we are. We're back at Bonneyville. I'm nearly well, and it's nearly 1920. So a few things may have happened since you were last here. So I did this. Remember I said I was going to do this? I did this. I moved this, and I have connected the passenger line, and there now is a passenger line loop which runs all the way up around the back. That's what I did. I did that. That was me. So I went and did that. What else have I been doing? Realistically speaking, it's been a bit of a juggling act, and I've been wandering around, and I've been changing a few things and checking a few things and making sure that a few things were still working. We did get the Benz tarpaulin truck, as I said, and then very quickly after that we got the Mack. So the Benz came in the 1912s, and I was still working on it in 1915, and then boom, this Mack truck appeared in 1916. The downside being that the Mack truck, while it carries one more, is slower by 10 kilometers an hour. So your choice, and it runs out faster. Typical American. Anyway, yeah, I'm not really using it. And we don't have any more trains. Don't have any new trains yet. Still don't have any trains yet. Oh no, I tell a lie. We got the Mikado, which is a 282, but it only does 80 kilometers an hour. It's a bit gruntier, for sure. It will pull a lot more, but it will do so slower, and it's way more expensive. 713,000 a year to maintain, and this is only 432,000 the Atlantic. So again, up to you. I haven't been using it, and I don't really propose to use it because I don't really see the benefit on a lot of the lines that I'm working. So yeah, so essentially what I have been doing is literally going around every single line and scrutinizing them all and sort of looking at them and going, well, how many trucks have we got? You know, we've got 19, there's a whole load of stuff waiting, let's add another 6, that kind of thing, and just sort of keeping an eye on stuff. This guy is now getting enough timber, which is great because there's probably some new work for him coming along real soon. And yeah, just sort of running around and checking up on passenger details like trains and things. The Arrecife Tomaluso commuter. I now have 3 of these trains. And quite often they are full or nearabouts, and this is, you know, still a popular line. There is a train coming in though, and yeah, he's dropping off, and then he's going to load up. So he's dropping everybody off. They're going to wander outside and clog up my bus stop, and then he's going to pick up a whole bunch of people who are currently waiting, and that'll take that all the way down to nearly 0, I should imagine. Yeah, there we go. And then he will be off again. So I've added some trains where trains needed to be added. I've added some things where things needed to be added. I've added in this line, and El Puerto is now connected to the outside world, which I'm sure they love fantastically. Here's a train coming in. It's bringing 40 people in. They may not be getting off here because they may be going from Ubed to Arrecife. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's speed things along a little bit. Is anybody going to get on this train? Some people, yeah. So some people got off, and some people have got on again. So we could probably, I dare say now, add another car to that. Boom. Let's do that. Right. So this is just starting, and it's going to take a little while for it to sort out. And that's fine. And he loops around there, and that's all good. Over here, I had to add in an entirely new set of tracks and a platform, etc. It was getting super chocker busy out here with trains. The cargo is dropping off a little bit, which is great. This was super chocker busy. And some of the trucks are starting to pick it up. You see, we're starting to get quite a bit of congestion amongst the trucks here. We have an awful lot of trucks coming through this way. Ubeda has a lot of trucks happening, and a lot of these junctions, and it's causing me more than one or two small headaches. That's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. So we're getting the stuff, and this is like chocolate. We're getting the stuff where it needs to go, but there's quite a collection of trucks, you know, and quite a bit of congestion because we've got this kind of thing happening where they're cutting across one another, and we don't have traffic lights yet. So if we have a look at the tools, we don't have traffic lights yet, so we haven't been able to manage any of that kind of stuff. Like I said, we've got some trains coming in. This train is not quite fully loaded with whatever it is that this train is supposed to be carrying. That one heading out. This is the one coming in. Not quite fully loaded with rocks. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So yeah, so doing that, wandering around, checking stuff, looking at things, checking all the steel, making sure that we have enough trains in the right place to try and keep things moving along. Villa de Cans, no, Villa de Cans is a problem. I mean, there's so many things go through Villa de Cans. This timber is coming down. Believe it or not, it was at one stage at 2,000. It's now just at 1,000. So there's no penalties for storage. So I'm trying to balance this, keep an eye on it, and see if and where or when I need more trains. But it's also getting pretty chocker down here. I had to add in an entirely new line down here, which peels off and heads off over towards Ubeda Way. This was super busy, and I had to pull these timber trucks in here, so they're on this line, timber train, sorry. He seems to probably have been stuck for a while because the timber's backing up, and I think I still do have two, so I don't know where the second one's gone to. There he is. He's now heading back in there. So yeah, so I had to do an awful lot of additional stuff. So some of these cargo lines are starting to get pretty busy. So that's where we are. Coslada is still on 2. I still haven't done anything with El Puerto. But Columnar has moved up to 4 now. So Columnar Viejo wants 4 different products, and that's fine. And we've got Villa de Cans and Ubeda and Palencia and Rivas and Antiquera and Arrecife and Tomaloso. So this guy actually, I think, did very momentarily increase in size. And what's that? You guys are doing some crazy building over here. Look at this. I don't think that this is right. I thought this momentarily wanted goods, and then it obviously decided not. So that's where we are. So anyway, that's where we are. So we've been going around and doing that and keeping an eye on things. And I think now I don't want to rock the boat too much. Oh, I was gonna say I thought I'd gotten rid of all the very bads, but I haven't. These are log trucks. I'm still not quite 100% from when I was sick, just so you are aware, but I am marginally better. So we are getting there, but the old brain still, it's like thinking through custard. Right, how many is that? 44 of those things. 44. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Honestly, gosh. I mean, I swear I tell you, I had nearly all the very bads gone. And now, there you go. There's a lot less. A substantial amount less. But there are some. So, what are we going to do? Well, I think we should probably start getting stuff over to El Puerto. And I have to say, trying to sort out a train for machines here from this thing probably honestly really doesn't make any much sense. So let's just have a look at what lines are actually running out of here. Right, they're going out that way, and they're going out that way. I think that's an exit there, isn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, so there's an exit on this side. So we do have this large road here. This road has traffic lights. That's interesting. I didn't put those there. How'd they get there? That's not it. Can I select this junction? How did this junction get traffic lights? Sneaky devil. Oh, there's a bird. Hello, bird. Yeah. Okay. You got traffic lights. It's interesting. Bully for you. Right. My point being that we can run a line in here and it will come out. Now, what I want to do is be careful because I think what I want to do is do that. There's no tram tracks. Yes, probably from about there. Probably from about there. It seems like there's a little. Don't do that. It seems like there's a little, like, a little humpy bit just there. Did you see that? Did you see that about there? Right. Look, you got traffic lights too. Oh, it's very nice. Maybe it's just on the larger roads you get traffic lights. Did I get traffic lights here? Didn't get traffic lights there. Interesting. Smoothie tool. Smoothie tool. Let's go, boss. Right. Meow, 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 meow. Right. So that takes us in here. Now then, who wants stuff? Look at this. Right. I'm going to say that what we probably want is not my phone to go bing next to my ear, and the machine that goes bing. We're gonna come in. I think we're gonna connect that road up there, and then we can come in, and then that's madness there. So we're not gonna do that. What we might do is we'll put it there. Could we get the food? No, we'll do the food in a different place. Bosh. Right, so, right, here we go. Ready, steady, cook. We'll go from here, bosh. And we'll go to here, bish bosh. And what you will be picking up is you, sir, will be picking up machines. And you'll be go to Cali Oviedo and dropping them off. And that will be El Puerto machines trucks 1, just in case. Right, and we've got room here to buy some trucks, so we'll buy some trucks. Machines, we'll need all cargo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got it. We're getting 6. El Puerto. ¿Dónde está El Puerto? El Puerto machines trucks. Right, off you go. Toot, 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 toot. Right, he's going to start supplying them with stuff and thing, which is great. That's machines. El Puerto wants food. Now there's food coming in over here on the boats, but jeepers creepers, it's a heck of a distance. Now, we're actually running a train out of Ubeda. It's a passenger train, though. To my knowledge, you cannot mix passenger and cargo trains. But we do have a cargo setup, and it does run on this line, and it does ultimately run down here, and it does ultimately come into this station. What I can do, though, I do believe, is set up a cargo side on the station and a passenger side on the station, and then I can bring food in. Right? And if if I was to run some additional timber trucks over here to create tools, then that train eventually could bring tools back to like some of these other places. Not that these other places need a great deal of tools at the minute. This has got 28 out of 36, and this has got 30 out of 30. So Rivas is completely chocker. But there are other stations that might need it. Arrecife is still well short, and Antequera is doing fine. But if we were producing this here, we could definitely make use of that. So if we go in here and we go into this and we delete, the first thing I have to do is delete all of this stuff here. This is the canopies that sits with the station. I then need to delete the station platform on this side. So we'll keep it on one side. There's some things happening there. There's some extra stuff going on. Oh, it's because they had crossovers. Now, what I can do with a platform is I can put a cargo platform on this side. So one side of this station is now cargo, and one side is passenger. Right? And then I need some cargo storage. Probably don't need the massive one at this stage. That would be too far. That would be fine. Let's just do it short for now. The cargo station services all of it except over here. And if you remember, all the food's on this side. Shall I show you? See all the food's next to the station. So what we can do is break out the smoothie tool. Right, so we have now got this guy on one side. This is what platform are you on? El Puerto. Yeah, it recognizes it can only go to one platform now, which is great. So bread. And we do have places for cargo to pass. So hopefully it should be fine. So if we go here to our line and we go over here and we say we want to pick up bread to do beta and we want to drop off bread, make sure we pick the right one. Over here we can say yes, okay, maybe 3 and 4, not 1. Because platform 1's quite busy. So we're going to pick up bread just for now, and we're going to drop bread off at El Puerto just for now, and we're going to call this Ubeda El Puerto food for now. Right? Food. There you go. And what we're going to do is we're going to go here, which is where we are launching our trains from. and we're going to pick the Atlantic, and we want food, which is this thing here, boxcar. You're probably not going to want much. 48, let's say 60 to start with. And that is Ubeda El Puerto food. Right, so that's all underway as far as that happens. And now what I want to do is uh, this place. This place, this place, this place. So, if we... I'm just thinking about future planning. I think I'd actually like this to be on its side here, so that I can run trucks in and out. I don't think I want it to. I don't want to replace the road, you know. So how is that? That is not flat. So let's flatten the land first, because it's definitely not flat. So let's flatten some of that. Right. Okay, that's a little bit better. And I'd like that to be sort of about there, I think, lined up with where that what's it is. It's not quite. That's kind of better. Could we scooch in a bit? It's not. That's fine. Right. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to delete that bit, and we're going to go straight to the cargoes, and we're going to say we want, I don't know, like 3 on either side. So that makes it sort of like 7 long. That gives the trucks somewhere to turn, essentially. Street access. So they come in on the they drive on the right. So we come in on the right. So we want the street access here, and we want the street exit there. And then that way, ideally, they aren't getting in each other's way. And I'm quite happy with straight. Yes, I'm quite happy with straight doing the job. So we'll run that up there so there's a bit of room. We'll do that. That'll keep that straight. We wanted to connect this up straight. Although we probably want it to be the bigger road size. Thank you. Straight. Traffic lights. And you? Oh, I don't know. You can go that way. Go that way. There you go. Make some space for you. So the traffic should come through. It'll come through the main street down here. There's a lot of residences down here. There's not a lot I can do that for now, I think. We might do something about that in the future, but we've got a train station in the way. So, right. So there we are. So what we want to do then is we want to run timber trucks, and the timber trucks are coming from here, and they're going to no, that's the depot. Right, and they're going to be loading up with timber, and they're going to be just dropping off with timber. At this stage, I can have them go to either platform there, and I probably should have them go to either platform there as well. And this will be Arrecife to El Puerto timber trucks, right? So they're going to head out. We'll take them from here. They're just doing timber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's start with 6. Let's see how we go. and then we will go. So this is, I think, what I say, Arrecife El Puerto timber trucks. We're not near anywhere close to maxing out this place yet. So in terms of this place generating timber, we got plenty of room yet. And there's trains like could be bringing wood in, and there's wood here. There's also timber there. The timber is also going over to here, which is fine. But there's a whole timber supply collection thing we could possibly get moving along a little bit nicer. There's a forest over there I just spotted. So if we could in any way kind of hook that up to this cargo line, you could end up dropping off um, some wood somehow. Um, Yeah, I don't know. We're thinking about. So anyway, so that's that. So that gets El Puerto on the map. So we've got El Puerto on the map. We've got all this stuff happening with these trucks. We've now got a whole bunch of trucks setting off from here. We've got a whole bunch of trucks that are going to come over this way, and they're going to start picking stuff up, and they're going to head out, and they're going to do their bits and pieces. There they are now. Toot toot. They're all heading off. We have a train somewhere which has probably got very little in terms of food attached to it, but it's going to eventually be coming down this way. That's not it. Eventually coming down this way. That's the commuter. Oh, the commuter is waiting. Where's the other? Where's the cargo train? Um, is what is he waiting on back here? He's waiting on a free line, and the free line is where does this stop? Um, that's actually entirely the wrong thing. Um, what I need to do with this is take this from here and run it. Don't do that to me. Run it over there. And then because it's getting confused because it doesn't know where the signals are. I knew when I put this together that I hadn't done a particularly sterling job with it. I wasn't in the best frame of mind when I put it together, to be honest. So he's heading off now. So I'm probably going to need to do something better with this track. As you can see, I missed that junction. I can also see that now that we've got catenary, that catenary is going to be a major, significant pain in my backside. Um, so yeah, so I might have to do another passing lane down here at least to sort that out because that could be a significant problem. Anyway, El Puerto's getting that stuff and that stuff, and we could even this is getting 1934. We could, in theory, maybe get some more food through here as well. But it's kind of hard because on this game, on the console version of the game, as I have said before, I do believe that on the PC version, you can decide to unload only 50% at a stop and then go on to the next stop. I have been unable to find any way to do that via console. So if anyone knows how to do that or has seen how to do that, that would be great. But I haven't seen how to do that on console. You may be able to do it on PC, but I haven't seen it done on console. So there you go. So that's something that's happening there. So I need to run a quick squiz around a couple of bits and bobs and bits and pieces. And then I'm going to come back. And when we come back, we're going to have a look at this thing. It's about time we got this thing hooked up. This thing is cronking along, and we could probably do with more steel coming through, but more steel will come through when we start developing stuff. And I think we need to get some stuff to Tomoloso. And also, as I've said before, maybe into Villa de Cans and into the Villa de Cans network of vehicles. I'm not really sure. Maybe we need to connect, as I've said, this cargo line here to this cargo line here. And that might be another way to get the goods in. Although they do want to go to Antiquera and they do want to go to Revis. I'm gonna have a little think about that, and I'll be right back. Okay. So just let a couple of these things bed themselves in, and then I'll be back terribly soon. Right? I'll see you shortly. Ta-ta for now. Right, Kura. Well, welcome back. So I've had time to cogitate and digest, and come up with a couple of plans. So here is are my plans. So what I have done here is I have done a little tunnel. So I have dug a little tunnel here. I've smoothified it as much as I can, otherwise we'll run into the same problem with the water beneath the map. So I have smoothified this a little. I have put in this tunnel, and then this connects via this long road following the train track all the way up through here to Tomaloso to this new depot that I have created, and they will be carrying goods for Tomaloso. The first truck hasn't arrived yet. This is the first truck. He's fully loaded, which is fine. Um, that's all well and good. He will crack on and get to where he needs to get to. Why did I do that? Well, if I had to do this by train to get stuff to Tomaloso, this is a passenger line. This is not a cargo line, and it was never intended to be so. And this is a busy station, so I'd have to shoehorn a cargo station in here and do quite a bit of monkeying around, and I didn't want to do that. If I had taking the goods back here and then brought it from train back here, well, for one thing, that's sort of a duplication. But let's say maybe even I brought it from trucks over to here, and then because this is connected here, so let's say I brought it over trucks over here and dropped it off into goods, and then these guys don't want goods yet. Maybe they never will. And from here, the goods would have to be picked up and it'd have to be taken by train all the way over here to Tomaloso. There's currently no trains running through Tomaloso that are capable of carrying goods. I've got trains that are carrying a bunch of other products, but none of them that will carry goods so far. Um, So that to me was just like that's a long journey for the goods to go in this big loop rather than just this way. I appreciate this is a long journey by truck, and I appreciate that this is quite a need up here. They need 131. Um, but I think we can do that with trucks, and I think as the trucks get larger, it will make it easier for them to get there, and we can improve the roads and bits and pieces and stuff. So I think that just made a bit more sense to make this a road transport system rather than a rail transport system. The other goods are a little bit more interesting because I did say I wanted to kind of sort of get them into the network and what that would look like, and it honestly it is a bit at this stage. It is also a little bit circuitous, to be fair, because Arrecife don't want goods just yet. Um, but if I was to pack goods over here and pack goods into this and pack goods all the way over to Villa de Cans is like super busy. Look at how many things are in Villa de Cans. If I want to get anything more into Villa de Cans, I'm going to have to create another platform with another true train track. As it is, I'm probably have to going to figure out how to make another platform with another two train tracks because we just have so much goods still coming through there. So this is probably going to need to be enlarged. And while I appreciate having a central cargo hub is a good idea, this is just too big for right now, and I didn't want to go down that road. So I decided to send it this way. Now, if I send it this way, Where are we going to send it to? I think maybe eventually we could probably peel off a little bit of a loop in here, and we can also get goods into Rivas. Um, they're doing okay, but they could do with more. Um, to be fair, it looks like they need an awful lot more trucks. So let's double the amount of trucks we've got there. We've got 13 for some reason. Um, Must have been a mistake when I was adding up sixes. But let's double that. So these guys are doing okay, honestly, from Ubeda. So then that says to me, well, who else needs goods down here that we can run that from for now? Columnar needs goods, but we can furnish the goods because we've already got trains going over the top that can probably handle goods. Villa de Cans doesn't want goods. Arrecife doesn't want goods. So the only place that wants goods is Antequera. If they want goods, that's good. If they want goods, that's also good. But really, it's just Antequera. So, bear with me. So, we are. There was already trucks up here carrying steel. So, the steel trucks. So, the steel trucks now carry goods back. So, they're now doubling their money, which is great. So, they're now carrying goods back. Then I had to connect this line up here to this cargo network to Arrecife. So there is now a train which is carrying goods down to Arrecife hub. Um, that's only as a kind of a transition point for now, because the goods that are being dropped off there are being picked up by the Antequera Arrecife fuel train, and they're going back up here to the Antequera hub. Why? Well, because the Antequera Arrecife train wasn't very big. It's not really moving quite as much fuel as I would like. We need fuel, but we're nearly there anyway. So the train itself's not that big. It's only carrying it's only pulling 9. So it's only pulling 9 fuel. So it's got a bit of a space. It's not, by no means is this a big train. There's like room for another 10 carriages or something on this train. 9, 8, 6. There's room for about another 6. Maybe more actually. Yeah, 14 for 28. I think the Atlantic can pull quite a bit. So yeah. So I thought, you know what, this train has some spare capacity and it's not making money on the return journey. So now it is. So now this train, this little train which is running here goods, it's only running goods. So it's not going to make me an awful lot of money, even if it makes me any money, to be fair. But I'm now adding some benefit to the fuel train which is running back up here. And he is now dropping off, or will be dropping off goods here. And then there is now a series of goods trucks that are going to go this way via this road. This road needs tidied for sure. I need to put a definite better road network through here. I did trim this up a little bit because it was a bit messy. So I want the goods trucks. Hopefully it's decided. It hasn't. Ugh. It's going straight through the center of town. I connected this across the bottom here so that it would not go through the center of town. But I can see that it's decided that that would be a better way to do it. So what I want to do is I'm going to need to put a waypoint in there and there so that it follows the bypass, because I'm trying to keep them out of the center of town. So it's coming from Antequera East, and then I would like it to go through there. Bing! And then it goes to Antequera Central, and then I would like it to come... Oh no, it's picked the wrong one. Delete that. No, I want you to go this one. Can we go from this one? Add station. That one. Bing! Yes. And then goes from Antequera that way, and then add this station. Bing. Right. So now it's bypassing most of the town. right? Which is fine. That's okay. It runs up the side of this industrial area, etc. That is an industrial area, isn't it? And there's some residents trying to sneak in, but yeah, it runs. It runs. Up. It might be commercial actually. Yeah, it's commercial. It's like pubs and things. So runs up here and then drops off the goods over here, or will eventually. So it's a bit of a convoluted chain, to be honest, to get goods from there to there, involving a lot of handoffs. You know, but making use. The thing is, other than this one little train that I put in, it's making use of an existing network. So we've just added in some new network stuff. The trucks, yeah, okay, fine, maybe. I mean, there were brick trucks running here anyway, so it's not exactly astonishingly new. And that's full. The brick trucks is practically full, meeting all of Antiquaro's demand anyway. So, so that's all fine. So that was what I had to shoehorn in. Where's my little train? He's over here. Toot toot. He's like, is he gonna load up with anything? 12. He got one full container load. Hooray! But look, it's a start. These things take a while. These things take a while. And pulling that cargo in leaves me room to mess around with this at some point if I need to mess around with Arrecife hub, which could in itself become a little hub for the bottom of the map now that it's connected through to Coslada. So we've now got this little cargo network set up down here, which is jolly good. So that is more or less it. We got quite a few of these sorted. There you go. Look, there's only one left in the very bads. So we got quite a few of the vehicles sorted, which is jolly great. It's nearly 1920. Which is where I thought we would be. We've got old Puerto on the uppity up, 151 residents. Looks, ooh, they're really enjoying being connected to the outside world. It looks like we're probably going to need to increase the size of the commuter train. They're now getting some goods in terms of machines. I haven't sorted them out with food yet. I need to think about food because... yeah, how am I going to get food to these people might be a little bit of a challenge. Because none of these other places over here want food, really. Villa de Cans gets food. Palencia gets food. So, it could end up being that's a long journey for food to come from Palencia. But that might be still my only option, and widening this out. So I might do that in the break while I'm waiting for some of this other stuff to come together. Oh no, didn't I already do that? I did already do that. Oh, that's what happens when you have a day off, you see, between recordings. So there you go. So they are getting food. Or eventually they will get food. Is this a cargo train carrying food? Yeah, they're bringing food. Yay! Toot toot toodly toot toot toot. Let's let these guys pull in, so that everybody can be happy about the fact that they've just all got some food. Maybe if you listen closely. Yay! And there was much rejoicing. Right, so there you go. So so they got food. Rah! They got food. It only says 8. I wonder where that food goes. Someone eats it really fast before it gets out the door. So there you go. So that's it. So everybody's got a little bit of love. Everybody's got a little bit of love. I need to balance a few things and keep an eye on a few things. Keep an eye on some of these commuter lines to make sure we've got enough going. But our plan now is to start growing some of these places. And we need to talk about identifying where there's a problem. There's a problem here. I don't know what the problem with tools is yet, but there's a problem. There's no problem with fuel. It could do with a little bit more, but we're getting there. There's no problem with bricks. we could do with more food. That's not a lie. We could do with more food. But that's what we're going to have to do next. Is we're going to have to go around these places and have a look at these individual things and say, why aren't they getting enough fuel? They're getting enough of everything else, but they aren't getting enough fuel. And we've talked about goods. Goods is on the way for Antiquera, so that's fine. Rivas, bit more bricks, bit more goods. That probably wouldn't go amiss. So we got to start looking up these primary demands. They're doing good for machines, but definitely need a bit more food. Columnar, they are doing okay for machines, not so good for tools. So we got a problem with tools globally for some strange reason. We'll need to have a look into. They're doing okay for a lot of their stuff. They could be doing a bit better, but otherwise they're doing pretty good at old Beta. Palenthea, yeah, needs more food, bit more machines, bit more tools, but otherwise okay. Tomaloso, bit more bricks. We got goods on the way. We could do with a bit more machines over here, which is a surprise considering the amount of timber this place is taking to make machines, I tell ya. And coleslaw, yeah, definitely needs a bit more of everything. So that's what we need to get into next. Have a look at that, and I might just finish off this commuter line between Tomaloso and Columnar, and have a look at that. And yeah, we haven't connected either of these other three hubs up with the passenger network yet, have we? We haven't come up with that solution. So that's a little something that we are definitely going to have to come up with, dare I say it. So yeah, there you go, leaving it as we joined in. Thank you very much for joining me. I do hope you have found this useful and interesting, or a little bit of something to watch while you're making toast, whatever the situation is for whatever you're doing. If you have, please click that like button, and if you are liking, why not subscribe to the channel? And if you're already one of my faithful subscribers, why not check out membership or some of the other benefits on my channel? And I'll see you all again for a little bit more Transport Fever 2 at Bonneyville real soon. Ta-ta for now.